Girls, what are some cute things your boyfriend does for you? So I've been with Kevin for about a year and a half. He's your typical guy's guy, loves his video games, can talk about cars for hours, and usually expresses his feelings through shoulder pats and awkward thumbs up. When we first started dating, his idea of romance was ordering extra fries for me without asking. But you know what? I loved that about him. He was genuine, no pretense. Lately, I've been dealing with anxiety. Nothing major, just that constant background noise of worry about bills, the future, adult stuff. Kevin knows about my anxiety because I'm an open book with him. Usually, his response to my venting is suggesting practical solutions or sending me random memes. Classic guy move, right? But yesterday showed me how wrong I was about calling him not romantic. I was having one of those days where everything felt heavy. Earlier, I'd spilled coffee on my favorite sweater, the soft pink one I wear when I need comfort, and I was sitting on my bed trying not to spiral over silly Instagram posts about perfect lives I'll never have. Kevin came over after his gym session, and instead of his usual routine of flopping on my beanbag chair to play on his phone, he seemed nervous. He had this grocery bag, and what happened next made me realize this wonderful goofball had been paying attention to every little thing about me all along. First, he pulled out my Comfort ice cream, the store brand cookie dough one that I always say tastes better than the expensive brands. Then came the softest fuzzy socks with little cats on them. I always steal his socks because my feet are perpetually cold. But the next item? That's what started the waterworks. He brought out this tiny succulent in an adorable pot with pandas on it. You guys, this man, who knows nothing about plants, had gone to 3 different stores to find a cute but hard-to-kill plant, because I once mentioned wanting to be a plant mom but having black thumb energy. But wait, it gets even sweeter. He pulled out this worn notebook, all crumpled like he'd been carrying it around forever. Inside were these lists he'd been making for months. Not just any lists, the most detailed, thoughtful observations about tiny things that make me happy. How I do a little dance when I find matching socks in the laundry. The specific way I eat Oreos. Twist, scrape, then eat the cookies separately. That I name all the neighborhood cats, including the grumpy orange one I called Sir Floof. How I always send him pictures of dogs I see on the street with captions like, rate this cloud 1310. The fact that I have different blanket preferences based on my mood, fuzzy for sad days, light for anxious days. That I talk to my plants when I water them, even though they're fake. How I organize my snack drawer by emotional support level. He'd even noted down the exact way I take my tea when I'm sick. 1 honey, steep for exactly 3.5 minutes, tiny splash of milk. And that I need the perfect pillow nest to watch movies. 2 behind, 1 for hugging. When I started crying, because how could I not? This sweet man panicked so hard. He started apologizing, thinking he'd messed up, saying stuff like, I can take the plant back. I kept the receipt because I wasn't sure if pandas were your thing this week. I went through a dolphin phase last month and he noticed that too. We ended up sitting on my bedroom floor, surrounded by his notes and empty ice cream containers, while he showed me more of his observations. Some were so specific it made me laugh through my tears. Must check phone is charging 3 times before sleeping. Names all her houseplants after Golden Girls characters. Has a special voice for talking to bread while it's in the toaster. Collects pretty rocks from parking lots and calls them her urban crystals. When I asked him why he did all this, his response melted my heart. He got all shy and said, remember when we first started dating and I was telling you about my dad's old car? You remembered every detail weeks later? Even the weird stuff about the broken radio that only played Spanish stations? Nobody ever remembers stuff like that about me, so I wanted to remember your stuff too. Then he admitted he's been working extra shifts at his job to save up for a real gift, but he wanted to give me this now because I seemed down. You guys, he thought this incredibly thoughtful gesture wasn't a real gift. I don't think he understands that this notebook is now my most prized possession.